All right, guys, we're back. We're back with number 2 on this growth mindset. And the big rock we're talking about today is mindful reflection. Today's blog post, let's read. Mindful reflection, encouraging daily reflection on the challenges and successes to help you foster a growth mindset. It's a big rock that helps us emphasize the importance of daily reflection on challenges and successes, but also encourages us as individuals to adapt a mindset that is geared towards improvement by engaging in what's called a more self-aware form of learning and getting something out of the experience that we've just had. What are 3 benefits? What are 3 ways that this affects other things in our big rock pool? And also, what are 3 things that we can do as far as a call to action? Benefits. Enhanced self-awareness. Regular reflection allows an individual to gain insights into their strengths, their weaknesses, and areas for improvement. Some of you have done this in the past. If you come from a consulting background like me, you would have heard of a SWOT analysis, somewhat similar. This heightened self-awareness is therefore essential for us for personal growth and our development. Resilience building. Now, resilience building is up here, not necessarily the physical resilience, but by reflecting on our challenges and our setbacks, we can reframe them as opportunities for learning and growth rather than something that is an obstacle that seems to have become insurmountable. This helps cultivate resilience and the ability for us to simply bounce back. So we've been here before, we didn't handle it so well, this time I'm going to handle it better. Continuous improvement is also a benefit, and therefore by mindful reflection, we can identify patterns, we can identify trends, the strategies that we used, and that all contribute to our success or failure on a given task. This is an iterative process. We can repeat the cycle over and over, maybe multiple times, then sometimes the penny will drop. It's a reflective one, and therefore enables us to adjust and be continuously looking at improvement, and therefore optimize our performance. Now, what are 3 areas or 3 ways that this big rock, mindful reflection, will impact on other things that we're doing as part of our personal agency program? Goal setting and planning. Mindful reflection complements the process of goal setting by allowing individuals to assess their progress, identify their barriers, and adjust their plans accordingly. It also provides us with valuable insights that inform strategic decision making and goal refinement. Jesus, that's been written by a consultant, right? In other words, look at where you are, look at where you've come from, sit down, where's your progress, what barrier do you have to yourself to move forward? What can you not get over? Can you go around it? Can you go through it, over, under, to the side, whatever? But simply look at or weigh that activity and how you handle it will refine the process of moving forward. That leads to action and implementation. By fostering a growth mindset by reflective, individuals are more likely to take action in their goals despite the obstacles and setbacks. Man, it's just another rock, it's another hurdle, stiff shit, jump over it. They perceive the challenge as an opportunity for learning and growth, motivating proactive behavior and perseverance. Probably the one way to describe this in layman's terms is get out of your comfort zone, accept their challenges. Not everyone will be willing to do a bungee. Not everyone will be willing to run through, the maze at the end of the Tough Mudder that zaps you. It's a challenge, but it's a way for you to act on it, to do something, to be proactive in your behavior, knowing full well that it might hurt a little tiny bit, mentally, physically, emotionally, but it's going to help you move forward. And what we also call feedback integration. Fancy term, but reflective practices facilitate the integration of feedback from a variety of sources. As we said, our mentors, our peers, our experiences within a particular group, with our family, etc., etc. This feedback loop is a supportive structure that will help us develop the skills and the competencies for us to move forward with this growth mindset thing, reinforcing that progress is always towards improvement. Final thing, what are 3 things that we can do? What are 3 calls to action that we can start with today? We talked about this one, daily journaling. maybe encourage us to set aside some time dedicated each day for something that's more reflective. It's not a gratitude journal, it's just what happened today, how did I handle it? It might prompt you to explore the experience even further, the challenges and the successes, and maybe identify the lessons that you've learned along the way and some opportunities. Like today I had this trouble, it got the better of me, I blew up at someone, there was no reason for it. If I had just taken 10 seconds, did the 3-second rule that Mel Robbins talks about, breathe, stepped out the room, come back in, I'd have handled it better and I'd have moved forward and I wouldn't be considered a dick. Mindfulness. Taking exercises that introduce mindfulness such as meditation, some deep breathing, box breathing for those who know what it's familiar with, can help you cultivate a reflective mindset. There are many apps that are out there today. I know Brain FM and a few other things that you can stick them on. They'll play beats, what's called binaural beats is the fancy term for it, but simply help you reflect. And then you might just have something, a thought will come down and you'll write it. But it's regularly enhancing your self-awareness, and that's what they're there for. And then finally, some peer reflection work. So maybe get together with a group of people, your peers, your mentors, and have discussions on where you can look for opportunities. What's the insights that they can give you, some feedback, some challenges within the group and others, and encourage constructive feedback and support within these groups to foster a community of like-minded people. In the consulting space, we used to do this. We would debrief a project. Now, we'd have a project update meeting every week, but then there might be a couple of us that might have been more senior, and we'd sit down in a less formal setting and we debrief what's going on, what's happening with that person over there. We know something's happening in their personal life and it's being brought into the project. Can they disassociate themselves from that? Probably not. Death of a family, something's happening with their peers, their partners, but how can we help them overcome that? How can we help them utilize that to get through? And how can we, if we see a problem coming up, how do we reflect upon that? And then there we have what's the most appropriate way to go and give that person that feedback, because we can see that that is going to become detrimental to them. Because at the end of the day, if it's detrimental to them, it's detrimental to us on the project. That is it. That is straightforward. That is the next pillar, mindful reflection. Let's leave it there.